Hey guys, my name is Jordan and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today is going to be another girl talk video. So if you're interested to see what we're talking about today, go ahead and stick around and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just go ahead and get right into the video. Today's topic is going to be one that I feel like you only really can relate to it if you have experienced it. And today we're going to be talking about love, but specifically love in terms of a late bloomer, because I consider myself a late bloomer in love, and I feel like there's a lot of other people that probably have experienced the same things that I have also. So we're going to talk about that today. I feel like it's a pretty good video topic because it's the new year and we all know what's coming up, which is Valentine's Day. And I don't know about you, but like, I don't dread Valentine's Day, but it's definitely one of those things, like, I can't say when the holiday comes around, I kind of do get in my feelings just a little bit, like just a little bit. It's like, ooh, another Valentine's Day alone. Great. So we're going to talk about that today, kind of be completely transparent on the topic. So on the topic of love, especially love as coming from the perspective of like never really experiencing romantic love in a sense, I feel like a lot of people like don't realize how common it is to be a late bloomer in love, because it's really not talked about often. And of course the statement of like love yourself before anybody else could love you and self-love is the best love, they do reign and they are true. I feel like people kind of say that to pacify the fact and kind of water down the fact of everybody at some point in life desires to be in a romantic relationship and to be chosen by somebody. And I feel like sometimes in society, in our culture, it kind of gets pushed to the side as in like, oh, you don't want a man, you don't need to worry about love, it's nothing but stress, it's nothing but this, it's nothing but that. But it's just like, it's easy for you to say that because you've experienced it, but coming from a person that hasn't experienced it yet, I still would like to know what it's like, because love really isn't all bad, and honestly love can quite honestly be beautiful. But I'm learning up until this point in my life that just because you're a late bloomer when it comes to that part of your life doesn't mean you won't bloom beautifully. It's just sometimes just some people just have to wait a bit longer than others, and I'm learning every day to kind of like be okay with that for me. So just to kind of give you guys like a little bit of backstory just on my own personal love life, I've never really had a boyfriend, I've never dated, I've never been on a date before, I've never received flowers, I've never been courted, I've never been asked out, I've never had somebody like sit me down and be like, Jordan, like, I like you. Like, I've never had any of that. So I'm telling you right now, like, I'm firsthand, I'm telling you, like, I know what it's like. So like, I'm one of those people that like, I get it, but I did accidentally at one point in my life when I was like 23, I fell into a situationship for like 2-3 months, and it was like the worst decision of my life. And looking back at it now with the perspective that I have now and just how that ended, how it started, and everything else in between, I'm realizing that I feel like the only reason why I ended up in that position was because I wanted something so badly that I was willing to just accept anything and take anything that came to me, because in my head I just felt like, well, I'm not getting anything else, so let me just go ahead and get linked to this. And looking back at it now, I wish I hadn't, because in the end ultimately that ended in a lot of heartbreak for me, because we all know, if you do not know, situationships never benefit women. I don't care what a man tries to tell you, I don't care what anyone tries to tell you, a situationship, you will always lose in the end. Women, we are emotional, and as much as we like to say we can play the same game as men, I really feel like we can't, because men, they just don't think the way we do, and we're such emotional creatures that it's so easy for us to get in our feelings with things that they just don't even think about. So especially coming from me, like, just, it's not worth the heartache. That man is quite literally breadcrumbing you, and why are you accepting breadcrumbs when you know you want the entire loaf? Don't do it. There's always better, there's always more, and I promise you, whatever is out there for you is going to be worth the wait. But don't shortchange yourself because you just want to feel something. And looking back at it now, I do have regrets on it, but it showed me a lot. Like, having no relationship experience at all, I never dated, I never been on dates, I've never dealt with guys, like, I've never had an active love life. So just come from being like dry and desolate like that to like now there's somebody, like, it was exciting. I don't want to say I was desperate, because like, I don't know, like, I guess you can say kind of a little bit, like, I can admit that, but it was not like a desperate, like, oh my gosh, I just have to have him, because I was able to get myself out of that situation when I saw that, like, okay, this isn't working. But desperate in the point of like, I just wanted to like know what it felt like to just like have somebody, you know? So that ended terribly as expected, but it really did show me what I don't want in a guy or in a relationship, and how I don't want to show up in a relationship either, because I learned that through that situationship that I wasn't really even like showing up how I want to in love because it was so new to me, and I got like lost in his sauce that I ended up being a reflection of him and not really who I was. And I didn't like that. And through that situationship, it kind of showed me that like I got emotionally invested in something that honestly was probably just supposed to be for fun, but because I knew I wanted more and I was trying to get it out of this person, not even recognizing the fact that all the signs were in front of me that that's not what he wanted, it caused my emotions to kind of get too invested. I was the one in the end that suffered the consequences because we ended, he moved on, he's in a whole relationship, and I'm the one still like trying to get over the fact that I got my heart broken by somebody that never even chose me, but I wanted them to choose me. And I know people like to talk in a sense of like, you have to choose yourself, you know, don't wait for somebody to see you. Self-love is the best love. I literally have that tattooed on my arm. Like, self-love is the best love. And it's true. You do have to love yourself. And I can say I do love myself because had I not loved myself, I would have ended up being involved with that a lot longer than needed to. So I feel like people don't understand that when you've never experienced that and you have such a strong desire for something, I really don't feel like there's any amount of self-love that you can provide yourself that will ever fill the void of having somebody else just see you. Like I know, I hope that doesn't sound super heavy, but like honestly, like I love myself down. I take care of myself. I say positive affirmations over myself. I love everything about myself, but there's a certain like, not a limit to that, but it's just like it doesn't spill over to the box of having somebody else that sees you and chooses you every day. And I feel like the people that have like always had an active dating life, always, you know, had somebody, it's easier for them to preach that message because they've been in the game. They've experienced it. They know what it feels like. But to someone who like probably hasn't experienced or bloomed in that area of their life yet, it's kind of like, okay, you're saying that, but that doesn't mean I still don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, okay, even though love can be heavy, love can be hard work, love is still beautiful. And it's like, it's so beautiful to just have somebody you could just talk to, have somebody that you can just be softer with. Because like for me personally, I'm Miss Independent. I do everything on my own. I take care of myself. I make sure I'm on my P's and Q's for me. So like to have somebody that I could just kind of break that wall down with and just kind of whew, woosah and breathe, it's desirable. And but people often make it seem like that shouldn't be something you want because of all the headaches that come with dealing with men. But I mean, that doesn't mean I still don't want it, you know? Like as far as terms of like situationships and like friends with benefits and stuff like that, I feel like it really showed me that it wasn't that like I didn't want love. It's just that love just wasn't there where I wanted it to be. And it's hard. Like when you're a late bloomer in love, when you watch other people get loved so loudly, so boldly, and so out in the open, like I could be honest with you, it kind of makes you question, at least for me, it's like, okay, is there something that's not special about me that everybody else has that I don't? Because how is it that literally everybody has somebody but me? And it makes you question your self-worth, which is why I really do feel like it's so important. Like it's okay to feel those emotions, because I'm not a person that's like, oh, keep it don't express yourself, it is what it is, ignore it, go pick up another job, go extra hard in the gym. I do all those things, trust and believe, and it's still there. But I feel like it's okay, and you have to be okay with honoring that. And I had to really sit with myself and tell myself, like, Jordan, like there's really nothing wrong with you. Like there's nothing wrong with you. And I used to constantly go back and forth in my mind and just kind of figure out like, okay, like what is it? Like, do I need to lose more weight? Do I need to fix this? Do I need to fix that? Like, do I need to like, but it's like when I sat down, I'm like, Jordan, you're doing all the things. You've done all the things. What more do you do? Like, you don't need to get to this part of your life where you feel like you're perfect for somebody to see you. And I told myself, like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to feel like I have to go fix every single thing about myself for somebody to come and see me and be like, okay, yep, she's good and ready for me. Let me go and pick her up. Let's go and do this. No, like I want somebody to see me and choose me right now, right where I am in my life, and just accept it and love it, you know? But there's really nothing wrong with you. It's really just a matter of the timing and just like what God truly has for you, because all of our lives paths are so different, they're so unique. So you sit here and compare yourself to this person, that person, this person, it really makes you question something. Maybe something's not right in my life, and that's really not the case. It's just, that's just the life journey that you have, and I had to constantly tell myself in order for me to accept it. Like, the moment you start to allow yourself to believe that there's something wrong with you, you're going to have so many negative thoughts and so many limiting beliefs about yourself. And that is not what you want. Like, you have to accept and know that there's nothing wrong with me. Even though I've never been pursued, even though I've never been wanted, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. It just means right now is not my time. And I have to trust and have faith that whenever that moment in my life comes where I accidentally run into somebody or somebody does something for me, it's going to be because it's divine timing and not rush timing. And that's something that I truly, truly desire and want. Some people don't really know what it feels like to be overlooked, to be undermined, to be looked over while everyone else is getting chosen, because everyone else is so used to being picked. So that's why, like myself, for example, you often find yourself in things like situationships, friends with benefits, because like in your head, like for me, it was like, well, he's kind of choosing me a little bit, not all the way, but this is more than what I've ever received ever in life. So maybe if I give this a try along the line, he'll see how great I am and it'll convince him to choose me fully. And one thing I had to learn, and one thing I want you guys to know also, if a man does not want to choose you, he will not choose you. Period, point blank. You can be the prettiest shade of blue in the crayon box. I mean, shine, sparkle, color better than all the other crayons. If that man's favorite color is red, okay, what color crayon do you think he's gonna pick out of the crayon box? Thank you. That doesn't mean you're still not the prettiest shade of blue. It doesn't mean you don't sparkle and shine and have all these great, amazing qualities and things about you. It's the simple fact is his favorite color is red. So yeah, you're great, but if his favorite color is red, he's gonna pick the red one. And that is okay. That doesn't take away from you. Really hard going through life, feeling like invisible, feeling like you're not special, feeling like you don't have a spunk or a spark because no one has like ever really chosen you. And it's like, it kind of does mess with your mind a little bit, and that's why you have to, like, for me, you have to really like actively work every day to like combat those thoughts, because they get heavy. Like, I'm sorry y'all, like I know people, like I'm emotional. I'm emotional. Like sometimes it gets the best of me sometimes. I'm like, okay, how is it that like everybody got a man but me? I'm 25. I know I want to get married. I know I want to be a wife. I have no prospects. I don't even have an ex I can call and be like, okay, hey, like it's like desolate. It's nothing, and that gets to you. And if you're a person that isn't able to combat those thoughts and become stronger than it, you're gonna find yourself in situations where you end up in situationships and friends with benefits, and you're in things with no titles and no commitments because you just want to feel something. And then you get attached to these people, you get attached to these little flings, and then it's like in the end you're the only one left empty, because to them they're just having fun, but to you you're trying to give it your all in hopes of convincing this person to finally choose you. And that's just not how love is supposed to be. That's not how love was designed. That's not how God designed it, you know? And as far as situationships, like the heartbreak of a situationship is hard, because it's like you're breaking over something that really wasn't real, that didn't have a title, and that you didn't get to control. It's almost like a narrative you didn't get to control, because in the back of your mind, at least for me, it's like, okay, along the line they're gonna want me, along the line they're gonna want to fully commit. But it's just like, if he didn't present that way, if he didn't present that to you at the beginning, you're not going to change his mind along the course. And it hurts, because oftentimes people try to like diminish the hurt that comes with a situationship, or the heartbreak that you feel when like a little fling that doesn't work out. But it's just like, it's hard to explain the heartbreak, because it was like, it was never a title attached to it. So realistically, it's like, why are you crying over something that really was never there? It was never it was just because you got your emotions too involved, simply because you got breadcrumbs knowing you wanted the entire loaf, and you were so willing to accept the breadcrumbs because you never felt anything, you never had anything like that before. So you were taking the breadcrumbs and hoping, I'll get enough breadcrumbs, and eventually we'll put those crumbs together and then we'll form our own little loaf. And that's just not how it's supposed to work. And it's just so crazy that I can talk about this now with this mindset, because before, when I was in it 2 years ago, it was not, I did not have this mind. I did not have this perspective. So I guess it happened for a reason. Like 2026, I made a video about this. It's like, it's really all about being intentional and also making sure that you're aligned. Like, as long as you're aligned, you'll never miss what is for you. Like, I promise. And I feel like, as far as being a late bloomer in love, like, it's so unique because, like, it's like the wound, the quiet wound that nobody ever really talks about. Like, nobody ever really talks about what it really feels like and what it really does to you to really not ever be chosen. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, I don't know if it's just like a me thing, but when no one chooses you, it's like, am I even worth wanting? Like, at one point in time, like, I started to think to myself, like, am I too much for somebody to ever even want me? Like, is that what it is? Like, am I too, like, damaged? Am I too, like, not softer? Am I not, more feminine? Like, what is, like, am I just too much for someone to ever even want me? And, like, it's one of those quiet things that you don't really talk about, because from the outside exterior, like, I love myself. You do love yourself. You're confident. You're a go-getter. You go out there, you make your dreams happen. You accomplish your goals. And then it's like, you still have this small little part of you that, like, is so wounded, but you don't see it because it's not external, but it's something that you feel. And I remember, like, oftentimes, like, I was to tell myself, I'm like, damn, like, sometimes I feel like I'm winning in every area of my life except for my love life. And it's like, I'm doing good in school, I graduated school, I'm in my career, I'm doing this, I'm getting my health, my mind, my emotions, finances, spirit, everything in order. But it's just that one part of my life is just like dull. I almost imagine it. It's one of my favorite movies ever, Inside Out, the Disney movie. But I think it was in Inside Out 2, where it was like they had all of Riley's, like, little islands, and it was like all the islands were lit up, but the island that was dying off of her the most was like gray, it had no lights, it was just ran down. That's how my love life is for me. It's like everything else is up, working, active, and then that part of my life is just like desolate. And it's like, no one really talks about that, because it's just like, how can you openly be vulnerable with people without being judged? Like, people judge you so often when you talk about never being in a relationship, never going on dates, never being talking to guys. Like, people judge you so much off of that, but it's like, why? Like, why can't you accept that this is something in my life that I've, like, journeyed through, and that this is something that kind of hurts me and bothers me? But because everyone in society is so used to just dating and doing this and doing that and doing all the relationship, the lovey-dovey boyfriend girlfriend things, they just look at you like, what are you crying over? Like, what's the big deal? But it's just like, you have to find people that, like, it's like, you have to find those that you can relate with. And it just puts you in a weird spot, especially as you get older, because it feels like you're constantly in this state of just hoping. You're constantly in this state of longing. Like, you know how in the princess movies, the princess is like trapped in her chamber in her room, just looking out the window, just like, where's my prince like, I swear, it just puts you in that constant state, because it's like, okay, I'm just hoping and I'm desiring for something that is just like, will it ever come? Like, I'm just in this daydream fantasy, like, waiting for the prince, like, waiting for somebody to come and swoop me up. And it's just like, it's weird. And it's just like, not to reflect on it in like a bitter way, but like, I just like want to like paint a full picture of just like the emotions that surround of like never really experiencing the dating, the love life, like all the romance that everyone else gets to partake in, like, it's really something that I feel like people don't acknowledge enough. And it gets like not acknowledged, but also just kind of gets like brushed underneath the rug, because it's like not many people can say that. Now, what I can say, what being a late bloomer in love has taught me up to this point, is definitely emotional maturity, a lot of what I don't want and what I do want in a relationship, and honestly how to just trust and lean in on myself. Like, I don't want this video to just be a completely sob story of just sapping and talking about sad things as far as not having being a late bloomer with love, but like, I also want this video to just kind of be put things into perspective for you guys, that is really not the end of the world. Also, like, being single is like, you have to cherish these times, because single, no kids, is literally just you. Like, when you become one with somebody else, as far as like marriage, you get into a relationship, you're gonna have to realize you're gonna have to dedicate some of your time to that person, because you just can't have a partner and just ignore them, right? So like, taking this time to be single, like, you really have to take advantage of it and realize how lucky and fortunate you are, because you can literally pour all of your energy into yourself. Like, every bit, every ounce, every hour of the day can quite honestly strictly only go to you and your cup. And it's the most beautiful thing, because you don't have to check in with anybody. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody what you're doing and why you're doing it. Your only focus, your only priority is you. And that's why it's like, yes, longing for love is okay, but I don't think you should put yourself in a mental state to where it clouds your everything. It clouds your judgment, it clouds your viewpoint, it clouds what your end goal is of life, which ultimately it really should be in yourself. Because here's the thing, you don't ever want to get to the point where you're longing for love so much, right? And then say that love comes and then you get into the relationship, everything is good, but then you lose yourself. And then when that relationship ends, if it does, or when things shift and go differently, you leave with that person. That person leaves you and they take you with them, and then you're just left as like nothing. Like, you're left feeling like, well, who am I? And that shouldn't be it. Like, you should build a strong foundation in who you are and build up your identity, so when someone does come around, it's like they love you and you know why they love you. I know why he loves me. I know why she loves me, because I'm this, I'm that. And that's because I took the time to pour into myself. So this person is someone that I love. This person is someone that's a part of my life, but they're not my entire being. They're not my everything. We're just two people that decided to be one, but I'm still an individual that I love. I'm still an individual that I respect. And I have to make sure that I'm only allowing people in my world, in my life, that don't take from me, but add and also make me feel safe, because honestly, being a late bloomer in love, I feel like it's extra, extra delicate, because it's like I'm coming into something with really no prior experience, and I'm also having to adjust to it not only being me anymore. Like, outside of just like the emotional maturity, like just being a late bloomer, and like what it's taught me so far is just like, even though love didn't come to me yet, clarity did. Like, I am so clear on just who I am and like what I stand for, my morals, and just what I'm willing to accept. And I feel like that's something that you have to build, because like dating and everything nowadays is so different, guys. Like, for the women, the girls, like everything is different. And I truly feel like it's our culture. Like, I hate to sound like that person, but I feel like things back in the day were like so different compared to now. So it's just like, you have to build like that strong foundation of who you are. Because I'm telling you, there's some people out there that are going to want to knock that down. They're going to want to take that, dismantle it, and throw it all type of directions. Like, you have to be strong in who you are, because it's tough out here. And the clarity that comes with being single is crazy, because you can pour into yourself, you can discover yourself, you can take yourself apart in every single aspect of your life and dissect it and figure out, how can I make this be the best version of myself that is suitable for me. And sometimes a relationship can distract you from doing that. Not saying all the time, but I feel like it's kind of harder to 100% go in all in with yourself when you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that, because it's like this person requires some of your time, as they should. Like, you can't, like I said, you cannot neglect your partner. So I don't know. But then at the same time, I kind of feel like if you find somebody that understands and is willing to, and you guys are willing to communicate that with us, which is a big thing, then it could be fine. It'll work. But I don't know. It's also really, really taught me about like trusting my discernment. Like, and that also ties into just like developing that self-trust within myself, and just like not wanting to be so quick to just like jump into things with people. So honestly, the biggest thing that I want to be gathered from this video is that you really just have to trust your own timeline. Like, everyone's life is so different and unfolds so differently, and just because love hasn't happened for you right now doesn't mean it won't happen for you at all. I promise you it's gonna come at some point. You just have to make sure you're ready when it comes. Pour into yourself, get your mind right, get your body right, get your finances right, get your spirit right, get your emotions right, get your mental right. You just have to give yourself the grace and allow yourself to feel and journey through life, and it'll unfold for you. Just because it's not here now doesn't mean it won't be there later. You just have to trust that it'll be there, and when it's there, it'll be worth the wait. I promise you. All these years of not being chosen, all these years of no dates, no flowers, all the things, you have 10 times that in surplus, tenfold, when you meet the right one. I promise you. And also, your romantic timeline is not a measure of your self-worth. Do not think that the way you are today, right now, this very moment, wherever you are watching this video, listening to it, whatever, is a measure of your worth. Somebody can love you, see you, and choose you right now today. Like, I promise you, like, there's somebody out there right now that'll love you down to your dirty drawers, and I'm not even playing. So don't feel like you ever have to like fix everything about yourself and fix all the 1 million flaws that you have about yourself in order for somebody to see you and like you, because quite honestly, no one's perfect. The baddest bitch you know probably has her own problems and own issues. It's just, it's life. It's all about how you wear it. It's all about how you carry it. Some people have their insecurities on in front of them. Some people's insecurities are internal. Like, you just have to figure out how you want to carry this shit through life, to be honest. But don't ever think that because you haven't experienced love yet and all your other friends have, and you haven't gone on a date, you haven't had a boyfriend, you haven't been courted before, no flowers, no this, no gifts, don't think that there's something wrong with you and that you're worthless. I promise you, that's nothing but the play of the enemy. That's nothing but your own mind trying to make you have self-doubt and talk down on yourself, and that's two things that you should never ever do. So please know that you're beautiful. Please know that you're worth it. Please know that there's somebody out there that'll give you all the diamonds and pearls that you desire. It's just right now, it's not your time, and that is okay. There's so many other parts of life that require you to love it and want to love you back. You just have to sit there and figure out what those parts are. And honestly, at this point in my life, like, I just turned 25 this past November, and like, I feel like even though that desire is still there, it also made me realize that like, I don't want to be chosen with a rush. I want to be chosen with intention. I don't want somebody to feel like they have to settle for me because they can't really get who they want. I don't want somebody to feel like, oh, they're bored, so let me just go pick something up. I want somebody that's intentional with me, somebody that's intentional in how they talk to me, intentional with how they deal with me, and intentional with how they love me. I don't want somebody that's just out here choosing and picking whatever and then boom, I stick. So I feel like you just kind of have to release the expectation of the timeline and just kind of let life ride out and do its own thing. Like, I feel like there's so many other things you can truly focus on in these moments of your life. To use these single years, like, use your single years, do everything, travel everywhere, go on solo trips, take yourself on solo dates. Like, I don't know if you guys know, I don't know how you guys are meeting me, but I am the solo queen. Okay, solo trips, solo vacations, that's nothing. That's nothing. I will go across the world by myself. I never needed nobody. I will have a blast. I will have a blast. I guarantee you. And I'm not exaggerating when I say I will have a blast. Like, I take myself out all the time. I just took myself out today by myself. I spent the whole day by myself. Then I took myself out to lunch. And now I'm back home here talking to you guys. So like, there's so much of things a part of life that are there for you to love and enjoy. Like, just don't let a relationship be the thing that clouds your mind. And I get it, because I was there at some point. It was one of those things that I was just like, unfortunately, that's all you think about. It's like, damn, like, I'm this age, I never been this. And I'm like, if I want to get married at this age, technically I should be dating somebody right now. But it's just like, it's just not your time. It's just not your time. But when it is your time and when it does come to you, it'll be so beautiful. So I do want to end this video by saying that I don't ever want you guys to feel like you have to wrap your self-worth up in the hands of somebody else, and that the only way for you to ever have value is for somebody else to come and pick you. I promise you, you're still beautiful, your garden is still gonna bloom, and there's still so many great amazing things about you that you should love first before you ever allow somebody else to come into your life. I promise you, the best gift you're gonna ever give to yourself is having a strong foundation in who you are and finding your identity, especially as a woman, because unfortunately there are men out there that are going to want to come in and conquer you, not because they really love you, but simply because they want to feel like a macho man. When you're a beautiful girl, you're on your shit, you're working out, you're about your money, your business, you have a good head on your shoulders, they're going to be men that's going to be out there and they want to conquer you. And I'm just telling you that as from an honest standpoint. And it's because of their ego. The men feel good when they conquer beautiful women, and quite honestly, you have to make sure you're always on 10. You're always on standby with your guard, and you're always able to trust your discernment, because the moment you get a taste of what you feel like you really want and you're going to think is real, you're not going to even realize what you're dealing with and what you're tasting is a counterfeit, and that's not even a real thing. But because you're so caught up on how it looks, you're so caught up on how it feels right then in the moment, you're not allowing yourself to calm down your emotions, take a step back, and really take a survey of the situation. And you have to do that, because there's a lot of men out there that don't have good intentions. They really don't. Men are so great at pretending, and I promise you, I'm not trying to be like a man hater. I'm not trying to be a man eater or anything like that. I'm just telling you the real. Men don't always have good intentions at all. They're great at pretending. They're great at putting on a mask. Why? Because women, we're emotional. We're mental. We're emotions. As long as once you get us there, you got us. So yes, at some point, I can probably believe everything you say is the truth, because once you are able to tap into my emotions and my mind, what else do I need to get from you? So yes, you have to make sure you don't lose yourself. You have to make sure that your discernment is always on. As much as you love somebody, never go against your gut. Take a step back and pray and ask God, okay, God, like, who is this man? Where did he come from? And show me his intentions, because I don't have time. You don't have time for distractions. We got to get this money by tomorrow. I don't have time to be sitting here heartbroken crying over you. Like, seriously. Like, I also want you guys to remember too, I know a lot of the times in this video I spoke about wanting to be chosen, but I want you to remember, you are not waiting for somebody to choose you. You're waiting for somebody to meet you exactly where you are, period, point blank. Okay? Because being chosen by a man is not the best thing that can ever happen to you in life. Okay? And I want you to understand that. That is not the best thing that can ever happen to you in life. And if you think being chosen by a man is the best thing that can ever happen to you, I really want you to take a sit down and really, really talk to yourself and ask yourself, why do you feel that way? You're waiting to be met with intention and to be met exactly where you are. Because even if nobody ever chooses you, even if nobody ever says they want you choose yourself every day, period, point blank. Because quite honestly, that's the only choice you have to make in life, is to continue to choose yourself. Even when you are dating somebody or in a relationship, in a marriage, whatever, you still have to choose yourself. Because the moment you stop choosing yourself, the moment you don't ever choose yourself, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're lost, no identity. You poured everything into somebody who saw that and took advantage of it. And then when that's over and done with and he's gone, you're left feeling like, who am I? What did I waste my years, my months, my time pouring into, and now I'm left feeling empty? It shouldn't be like that. Do you ever hear about the countless stories of women who change the trajectory of their lives? They don't finish school. They quit jobs. They move across countries. They turn on their friends, their families. They put themselves in positions to be sacrificial lambs for a man. So I just want you guys to know that love yourself. You are loved. You're filled with love. And there's so many other things in your life that are waiting to love you back. And a relationship, being chosen by a man, is not the end all be all. And when it comes to you, it'll be beautiful. You just have to trust the timeline that God has for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.